And just like that, we are back here with another exciting episode of The Side of Asian. I'm your host, Nene Kabutey, because I've been clowned to saying Kabutey, whatever they say. You guys want to say it? I don't know.
Kabutey.
Oh, well, damn. You ain't got to do it like that?
Kabutey.
Yeah, there we go. But we are back here with another exciting episode, and today I think this is going to touch a lot of hearts. I ain't got it for nobody, so no, not for me. But my amazing guests are going to help us discuss this. Charlie Kodzo, good news. What's up?
Good.
Hey, you look Rachel.
I am.
Hey! Say with your chest. Stephanie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Paa Joe, one and only. All the way back, over 2 decades. I'm not saying my age though, so don't ask me. Bernard, welcome.
Thank you.
You ready for this?
Ready as you are.
Okay, so the topic is healing from toxic relationship, right? Hey. That was right on time. So it can be towards like, love, family, friends, and even regarding like business, right? For me, I don't know if I even have to heal from one because I ain't got it in me. I just drop you off.
Yeah.
Why I met you. So have you guys been through any of that where you can actually share experiences?
I dropped the person off where you met her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I made you on my. There's no need to heal from you.
So what do you take her back then?
No. There's once I drop you off at the last time, wherever, that's it.
Because now the true price is going out. I don't know how.
Oh, they have to walk.
Okay.
They have to walk, yeah.
Yeah, I've been like, oh, you want to start?
No,
Paa Joe, you go.
If I is about to be an attorney on us, so let's get ready.
Let's go, you go.
I think it would be fair for the lady to start first.
No, you guys should go.
Whatever she said, we agree.
Okay.
No, you guys should just go. So I have said what I have to say.
Okay.
Okay, so I've never been in a toxic relationship, but
You've caused someone one.
no,
Oh, hey, are we throwing like the daggers right now?
I may have, I don't know, but
Knowingly or unknowingly?
maybe.
Maybe, allegedly.
Yes,
Okay.
but for my line of work, where we see divorce
Do
happening
you guys hear
all
what
the
he
time.
says? He speaks the real Lafa English. This is not Lafa, this is like real.
Where we see divorce happening all the time, people don't know how to heal from toxic relationships. I mean, we can file a divorce petition. The lady or the guy is so upset. I'm tired. I won't do this anymore. And then after 2 or 3 days of court hearing, they're having sex behind
That
your back.
messes the whole thing up, right?
Exactly. They can't heal. They don't know how to put themselves first to get out of whatever situation they're in. So even though I have never been and I've seen instances where people ruin their healing journey, I think the first thing you need to do is to put yourself first. Realize who you are and what you want. The moment you get that, every other thing will fall in place. But that's difficult because the person will go, if it's an abusive relationship, the lady will go, the guy will slap her, do whatever, she'll come back, cry. You know how it feels to, be pinched, but she'll go back again. So that...
Maybe she likes the pain.
Well...
Yeah, some people do.
Maybe she likes to be choked.
You're choking. Do you want some?
No, I was gonna ask you, do you think it's because like the society we live in, that's why sometimes people can just let go? Because we all know that divorce was never a thing like, we talk about in this country, right? Or even you see or hear at all.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're kind of like seeing all these happen. Do you think because of the culture, it took a while for people to kind of accept that it's okay to get divorced and move on?
Yeah, I think our cultural setting, even for friendships or any other relationships, is such that we are not confrontational. Yeah. So the thing is happening to you, you are there quietly.
Now my black ass.
You are not able. You're not able to walk away and heal because the Ghana setting is like enyeshi.
Famanyame powder. Please
Yeah.
no. Like, you know how Michelle Obama always says, when they go low, you go high? Child, I'll meet you in the pits of hell.
I will meet you there.
I'll meet you right there. No, because, Kodzo, what you have to say?
Well, there's also religion. A lot of people don't want to speak for themselves because, whatever they believe in says that they should do it in a certain way. And so they'd rather not, err in that direction. So they'll stick to it. And they are not really enjoying the pain, but because of what maybe scripture says or the Quran says, so they'd rather just be in it and or they'll give themselves an excuse that it's for the children or, how what people think of me. I don't want to be called a divorcee. but you're struggling.
I'm going to say something that's going to cause a lot of flack, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Don't you think sometimes people are actually just, it's kind of like ignorance rubbed up in religion?
It is.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Your wife is putting more salt in your food. And it's toxic to you and you are there, quietly.
He's only to get hypertension and
I
die.
mean,
And also, people are afraid to stand for themselves. The ability to say no is not an easy thing. And so having the excuse of something that you feel is greater than you and standing behind it is easier to do. So you find that, okay, so I'd rather say, okay, I don't want to do this, not because I'm not feeling it, but because my pastor said not to do this way. So I'd rather just stick to that. And so people do not know how to take care of themselves and they'll hide behind, dogma.
Okay, Grant, we want to hear your perspective.
Yes, I think with the religion aspect, in Ghana here we started with the traditional religion. If you look at our way of getting married, we use the family system where the family will do all the work for you, background check, to see if you are entering into the right family.
Right.
And there was a strong support system over there. So going through a divorce, you need to go through the 3 phases. You need to work it out. If it's not possible, the family comes in. If it's not possible and it's beyond 2 family reconciling, then they let it go. So you return the goods of the gentleman as the form of diary. You return it back to the family. That's how the system was. But now,
I have a question, not to cut you off. What if sometimes the family are the reason why they're actually getting divorced?
yeah, so families would look out for the best interest. So they'll see if the family is wealthy. The family is in the capacity to take care of you and the generation next. The name is good and all that. Those things are natural needs.
So they'll let you stay.
So they'll try their possible best to work it out. If you are lucky and you have the Bushia Penini who sees objectively the harm it causes, then it comes to be. Yes, there's some family who would still want you to be in because of the benefits the whole family will get. They still
saving face, pretty much.
Yeah.
So basically, you are giving them the opportunity to also enjoy some level of class. So they will still want you to be in it. It still happens, and now you will still with somebody who is treating you bad, but you can't let go.
That takes care of you.
That takes care of you.
Yeah.
That makes you
And
feel
your
wild
kids.
and all that.
That's extremely toxic. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The whole funny thing is, toxic relationship happens when you don't have any good support system. Like you were saying, if you're not able to speak for yourself, if you're not a group of people who look out for your best interests and make you feel confident, you cannot address the person you're dating. Because it's usually when the person asks you to cut off. Imagine you're dating this guy or this lady, and any friend of yours he meets, she's not comfortable. You would naturally want to cut off.
That's an insecurity.
Yes.
Yeah, but
and
is
it all
that
boils down to
having a problem with not having a good support system?
system.
Because you can have a really good support system. You're
And
from
you're
a
still
good
toxic.
home, you are brought up well. I think being in a toxic relationship is all about the mind.
Yes, that one is part of the mind. But if you look at, you meet somebody you love. We are talking about love here. You meet somebody you love. You want to connect with the person. The person is doing God knows what that helps. Unfortunately, you're not seeing it because you're in it. And you have friends who don't have the confidence to tell you no is no. And in some relationships I've witnessed, it starts with them cutting off
If you
their
say you've
friends.
witnessed, personally or people you know?
People I know.
Okay.
It starts off by cutting people off. I haven't been in a toxic relationship where I had to cut my friends off. I may have been advised to be careful of who I am with.
Okay.
I'm not able to cut this person. It's my decision to cut Kodzo or Prince or
I've
Stephanie
been
off.
through that.
It's my decision. If
Yeah.
I want to cut Kabutey off, it's my decision.
Okay.
But if the person is, Kabutey is such a bad influence, and I'm not able to cut the person off, then I'm in a toxic relationship. So if my friends don't have the support system to be there, but what happens when you break up with a person? Who do you go for? Your friends, your family.
Yeah.
You go back to the
To
original
fill
setting.
that void.
Yes, you fill that void. But unfortunately, you don't have the goal, you have cut it off. So that's when people start thinking of killing themselves. They have the whole
Yeah.
Or
Go and
going
beg.
back
You go and
to
beg,
the
yeah.
Go and
person,
beg.
yeah.
That's what I
What
also
he said.
realized.
Going back to where
Yeah.
the pay was coming
Yeah.
from.
Well, I've realized that a lot of the toxic people, there was like one lady I met, beautiful lady. She's working in the government sector. Beautiful lady. When I say beautiful lady, I mean she's beautiful.
Stephanie's smiling.
I would say I wanted to do my life because I like beautiful. I like ladies who are that beautiful. I
Okay,
feel,
you have a spec,
yeah, I have a spec.
you know, aesthetics.
If I see you and I think you command some confidence level, hey, I will also come in.
Hey,
She told me one toxic relationship she was in. The guy was abusive, blah blah blah. So I thought she has learned from it. Lo and behold, she cuts me off. all because a new boyfriend feels threatened by my "hello, how are you" text. I haven't got into that
That's a
issue.
huge insecurity.
So she blocks me. I didn't know. So I went
On
to
text?
I mean, calls and text, everything.
Hey,
So I told
why,
the phone-
why do we have you guys on those blocking episodes? Because
I think it's a blocking company that we don't know. So I confronted her. Actually, I did. I wanted to find reason beyond the doubt that this is mistake. So I asked her, I'm calling you right now. Your line is blocked. I see you making calls. What's up? She was like, oh, my boyfriend saw your text and I'm like, how are you? I hope you are doing well.
how does it trigger someone's insecurity though?
So do you know what I did? Hey, your choice if you would like to be in it. I wanted to tell her, but you were once in such a relationship.
Why run into it?
But
But I
then
think it's kind of like people always end up being in toxic relationship because it's kind of like familiar to them.
Yeah,
And
they
their
have
souls.
That's all they've known all their
You have
lives.
accepted that about them.
Yeah.
This is kind of
You know,
what
you
I-
talked about how sometimes when you break up with someone, you want to go back to your friends, but you don't have them, right?
Yeah.
But also realize some people once they get into relationships, their friends don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
The tendency is there. It's natural, but if you are not that objective about it, you will cut some friends off. If your partner doesn't feel intimidated, oh Charlie, today you're not going out with your friend. Why have you spoken to? How's Kodzo doing? You said Kodzo was doing a test. If your partner doesn't warm up to your friends, you're not so sure whether it's comfortable. So the moment I do that with most of my past relationships, all the friends they normally talk about when I'm having a conversation with them, ask, oh, how is this person doing? Is she okay? Have you spoken to her? Do you
Yeah,
hang
it's just
out?
being like,
Yo, I want her to have that support system. I can't be there for you 24/7.
Yeah.
I'll be going to work,
Yeah.
I'll travel, I'll do all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, she also still
yeah.
has her life.
Good,
Even
of
though
course.
she's with
Yeah.
And I would like you to be with people I think influence you positively, so that I can get my point. If I say my point, if I have an issue with you and you go and tell them, oh, but Ben is a nice guy, why are you having a tough time? And they call me, I can say, oh, I'm not like that. I also need that credibility from that
from
side.
the other side as
But
well.
unfortunately, we don't know how to play those games. Anytime you're with your girlfriend or boyfriend, you feel you matter to them all, but it doesn't work that way. You're not. Even God understands we need to be with other people. So that's why He created it for us.
You just give a sermon at this point.
Yes.
Do we need to get a Bible and just preach? We have the offering bowl somewhere. At this point, I mean,
I actually chose to say that at this point.
oh, you should. No, but do you know of anyone close to you who was or is in a toxic relationship?
I want to talk about one about a toxic friendship.
That's okay, friendship, okay, business, or okay.
So this actually it was even business because this was a very good friend of mine. Oh man, he's gonna see this.
He's gonna see it. Well, guess what? If you have any questions, come talk to me, and I'll handle them.
Yeah, but what happened was this guy was like my brother. I moved to a new city and he basically took care of me.
Okay.
And so we started a venture where I would do the work and then you get the clients and bring them in.
Okay.
And then when the money came, we split it. But the money never came. So all the period that I was living with him, we were working a lot, but we were not getting any means. Every time there was some excuse.
Not even one Ghana cedi.
There
Not
was-
the red.
every
notes.
time there was some excuse or something, but this guy was getting me lunch, dinner, breakfast.
But he was paying. You didn't know.
So after some time, I realized that we were getting paid, but the money wasn't coming to me. And he was fronting that and using my own money to say, oh, I'm looking out for my boy, I'm feeding my boy.
That's
I'm taking care of my boy.
literally.
Yeah, so that was one of the things. And that was just one of the few things that I realized. And I also realized that if I try and move to some girl, he would try and move to a girl from my back. So because of that, when I see him move to somebody, I'm like, yo, bro, this is all you. And then later on, I realized that this was and this happened for about 3 years.
Wow.
And I
so
didn't,
long.
I didn't see it. 3 years. And so afterwards, I realized that I needed to, actually what helped me was I started to write down all the things that were happening. Started to document.
Oh, journal.
Journal.
I mean,
Wow.
it took me into
It
a
helps a
pit.
lot.
Because I couldn't believe that somebody could do something like that to me.
Of course.
Especially somebody that I thought was like blood.
Yeah.
So eventually I had to cut him off. And the way I cut him off was, because I realized that if I cut him off entirely, I wanted him to feel what he had felt. So if I cut him off entirely, he would try to connect the dots or something. But I just took a step back. So instead of keeping him in my inner circle, I just put him on the outside. So we'll interact. He'll send me memes on the ground, here and there, but he doesn't know my business anymore.
Yeah.
And it eats him up because I see him every time trying to reach out, trying to know my business, but I'm like, yo, bro, if you know my business, you put me in another 3 years. I'm not about to do this again.
So why don't you just cut him off completely?
You see, that's another thing. I needed, as a friend, sometimes it's good to remove people. But sometimes people need to learn what they're doing to other people so that they can heal for themselves. So it's not repetitive.
I'm not there yet. No.
Yeah, so sometimes, and because of the relationship that we had, and I have a relationship with his entire family, his mom is like my mom. His mom and my mom drink beer.
So that's what actually messed you up. So I see why you still keep him at, like, you know.
That's how I mean. So I need him to realize what he's doing. But then, but over the years, we realized that it's not just me that he did it to.
Oh.
There were other people. And then slowly, he's by himself. And what's worse than that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So lonely.
I feel bad for him though, but I mean, he decided to do what he did to you guys, you know. So that one, I mean.
Yeah, but he just gave us a very good way to heal from.
I have a question though. Did you really give us details, or just wanted to give it like surface, where it's like, okay, I don't want to go into details.
Oh, you want more?
I'll take it.
But I think that's about it.
That's kind of like a recap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are
For him,
other things. Yeah.
His way of healing was to let you learn what you have done, so that you don't repeat it.
But do people learn?
Oh yes, people do. Some people don't, but some people do. Because
up.
for someone like that who is like almost family, you can't just cut the person off your life and then you won't see the person again. You will see the person at events.
I will.
Whatever, you will see the person. So now what can I do for, if it were me, you will feel it.
Yeah.
You will feel it.
Yeah, like
it will be too obvious because
see,
I won't know how to
say it.
Yeah.
There's something that we need to, we need to understand is that toxic people, you know, repeat themselves. They do it to you and they do it to another person. So if you really want to stop someone from being toxic, you need to end it with you.
Yeah.
So you cut the person off, but the person will just move on to another person.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you cut them off, they have a different story to tell people, which makes you look like a bad person.
That's the thing. Sometimes we feel like clarity is what will solve everything, but there are things that work beyond our words and our actions that solve things. And so he would move on, he would lie to another person, and then they'll have their relationship. But that person will find out that this is what the guy is.
The true colors.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think listening to you, I think that's exactly what I do. What I do is that you won't know my business anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just
get me.
Yeah.
You won't know my business anymore, and I won't cut you out of my life completely. But what I will do is that you won't know my business anymore, and it will be very obvious
that you don't know,
and it will pain you that you don't know my.
No,
as for that, I'll make the pain very, very.
It's like
painful.
you are feeling the pain, but you're not bleeding or anything.
Yes.
So you didn't let it stop.
And it's basically because I want to put myself first.
Of course,
I want to have peace of mind. I don't want to add you to the looking for national cake that is finished.
Oh, see, you guys are even better than me.
You do.
Because for me, you will not even be on my last 10 not to do list.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you won't be on the list, got not to do list.
But you know what? It actually depends on the person.
Yeah.
Some people you can cut them off and that's it.
And it's fine.
And that's
In
it.
his situation, he's like family.
Oh, I've known someone for like a few years, and I just said, adios, motherfucker. Yeah.
So you don't see her or him every day?
No, because I evolved, so I'm not evolving to come back to your level of where you are.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I mean, as we evolve, you can like figure out, you know, how you want to move on your life, right? I'm very toxic already by myself because sometimes I think my toxicity is the fact that I know you're doing wrong, but I want to give you a chance.
Yeah.
That's, I think, my fault.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now how do you take off, like you said, take off yourself before trying to, like, you know.
So take care of something. Like wear your own seatbelt before you help somebody.
Exactly. Like in the flight, they tell you to put on your mask before you. Yeah. So I mean, hey,
I believe there's a diversity of arsenal that you can use to take care of people. Some people you need to cut them off. Like
I'll pray for you. Sometimes my prayers is not even enough for you. You need Jesus yourself.
Especially if somebody is physically abusive.
See
that type of toxicity, you don't distance yourself. You move to Mars.
Yeah.
So the person is somewhere else.
If I know someone who's been in an abusive relationship, right, and you're still there, I come and beat you myself and drag you out.
Yeah. So there are various ways to deal with the various levels and how to deal with different people. But some people you need to cut them off completely. Some people you need to let them know what they're doing, and just so that they don't do it to other people as well.
Yeah, most of our narcissists, so they will listen and go and do it again.
Again, yeah. You keep doing it.
There are moments where I ask myself if I want to do away with this person. There's this question I ask myself. So if I see this person dying right now, will I be able to walk past?
You know,
That's the question I ask myself. If I'm not sure I can do that, then I ask myself, what can I do to manage? Because for any toxic relationship we are in or we have been in, you're a contributing factor.
Yeah.
You contributed to it.
enabled to it. Pretty
Yes.
much, you be an enabler.
Yeah, you may have let down your guard at a certain point in time to accommodate or compromise or make the relationship much better. You may have given up some plans or some ambition just to see this relationship go through, and it came at a great cost. So once you are out of the relationship and you have discovered yourself and you want to move on to the better part of healing, one of the healing process is to letting go of what the person did for you. So one way of it is talking to friends. That's where I come about the support system. So I have friends of Kabutey, Stephanie, Kodzo, and Prince. Guys, you know my relationship with Judith or Daphne. You know how I
So you don't have the names.
I'm going to look for Judith or Daphne.
You know,
Yeah, right there.
I suffered with that. Guys, so right now, I think I am a fool. I did this and that. You guys should say, guy, you're not a fool. Be a nice guy. It's just that you were in love and you wanted to do all this kind of stuff.
Blinded by love.
And plan media and love media fool.
So you must identify who the person was, as in the person you're dating. So I dated somebody and the person was toxic. We must be able to identify what made that person so. For we had a very bad childhood. Friendship wise, family wise, they're like that.
No,
I
It
mean,
will shock you.
What doesn't concern me?
That's
When
what
you're a bad child,
yeah.
good luck.
But you see, in my line of business, friends, in my line of doing business, I realized that the way I understand how I do my business and how I expect things to be done, I want the same understanding from the other person. But unfortunately, the education level of the person is different. The background is different. The religion background is different. Upbringing, the whole thing is different from me as it is. But he's a person. I must be able to identify with the person. So if I understand who the person is, I can better relate to the person. I have some friends who are very controlling, but they are very good resource people. You have contacts, they know who to talk to and all that. I can't cut that person off because I need that person for my business.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I have a question. First question, you said, childhood trauma, right? First of all, I'm not your parent to even help you go through that stuff. That's what I have to tell you. Yes, exactly.
Kabutey, you see, we are saying, this thing you're saying is it's true, but on the reality, it's very serious.
Like it's complex.
It's very complex.
It is, so.
You go to the family and, like you said, your friend, I'm sure you may have identified something that is different from your friend. The family, not all the family are like that. Maybe he alone is like that.
Hey, some people are raised right, but still.
Yeah,
and the thing is, they use it as excuses. Like
yes,
every
that's what I was
time
getting to. Like, my childhood. What does your child have to do with your present happening right now?
So you know that information and you know more to what the person is.
Everybody had a childhood.
We sure did, but we are.
I was telling a friend ago that the kind of training I had as being growing up, it's right now people are having it easy. People are having it literally easy. My dad is not the one who
And the Gen Zs.
and came, but he had the facial command. The president of my dad would make things settle.
Some of us, you see your dad's coming, the car coming from the
Exactly.
junction. No, your whole life is changed
That's
before.
what my dad would do. He would start honking his horn from maybe Lizzie Sports Complex or somewhere.
Get ready.
Everything.
So that's amateurs.
Nowadays we have where we have picked up a whole lot of child development.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. We try to make sure the child grows up to be a better person.
Yeah.
But Charlie, there are some things you need to toughen the child so that the child will be able to withstand the realities.
Withstand, okay. Let me give an example. We went to the same Achimota, right?
Look,
I think the school alone, if you can survive the school.
look, we've all had childhood,
Yes.
but I think what you need to do is
Preach.
you need to be selfish for yourself.
Yes.
That's why we keep saying put yourself first.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you better than yourself. You know what you can do to people.
Yeah.
You know how badly you can influence people,
Yeah.
how much of a toxic person you can be to others.
If you want to be.
Yes.
Heal yourself before you go and disturb someone's daughter, someone's son, or someone's happiness. Heal yourself. If you want to cut yourself off from everybody, you cut yourself.
Right.
No, it works.
Do you
It
know
works.
that a lot of cancer patients don't know they have cancer until it gets to stage 3 or stage 4?
Well, some people
So the
don't.
person right now is in cage half cancer level half.
Yeah, but this is, you see,
Doesn't
this,
know
this
it's
the person
working
has
out with the
deliberate,
strategies.
because if you are mean towards people and a lot of people are showing a certain kind of response.
Yeah.
Like
You
the
are
red
so
flag.
off and
So
all
that's
that.
You
where
know.
that's where Prince. That's where what you're saying there. It is at the middle of the situation.
Let me tell you how my friends
I know you are
describe
toxic.
me. Let me tell you how my
Prince,
friends
I know you are
describe me. I didn't even know
Prince, I know you are
until
toxic.
I
That's
saw
why I
all
said
of
we are-
them. I'm coming.
I know you are toxic.
My friends
But
think
you are
that
in
I'm
a
very
position to help
controlling.
me.
My friends think I'm very
You tell you
controlling.
feel that you're toxic.
Okay, my friends think I'm very controlling. Like
Yeah.
the way I am, I like to organize things.
And have things in a certain way.
Yeah, so I'll be there and so I travel with my friends
Yes.
and we didn't travel to another man's land to go and sleep. No.
Oh.
We can sleep because ticket price is hello. We can sleep here in Ghana.
Yeah.
We travel and at 7 a.m. I'm waking ready, go and bath.
Yes.
We are leaving at 8. We are having breakfast at 9. We are moving to
Excursions,
the
yeah.
beach at 10.
No,
We are
I'm
doing
saying
that.
like
We are doing this at 10. We are doing that.
And you're the one you're good doing that, right?
Yes.
And
And
so
so
Organize
no, that's
Like,
yeah.
Kabutey, what Prince is saying
and
right
I
now?
realized that I was overwhelming for my friends.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would stop them from making some decisions. Other times it's okay.
Do it.
It's okay. They are grown people. Let them have.
them do it.
Like recently
Yeah.
we had an event and I was there pulling all the strings. One of them called me and said, "Hey, yeah,
Relax.
relax." I said,
We got you.
But perfect. I mean,
"You get me."
Yeah.
So I have come to realize the kind of person I am, and when I'm in a situation where I can be like that, you know what? They are grown people. Let me
Just
allow
excuse
yourself.
yes,
Yes.
to. It's not every day that I have to come and be chinchini, but some people they know.
They know. I mean, like I
Try
said.
to
That's
stop
why I'm saying
it,
that
just-
the person knows.
Mhm.
Those who know.
They know they are the toxic ones.
They do deliberate. We know so much that I'm didn't sing.
Yeah.
And then they know. It's either they don't have anybody standing up to them, or they have accepted that is how people accept who they are.
Mm.
They may have to get noticed by being that extremely toxic.
Okay.
I like your kind of people because in the kind of thing I do, I like to get things in order. So
I'm very organized.
I can work
so
with
it's
you.
like, yeah.
I can work with you. I can work with Kabutey.
No,
I need someone like
plenty.
Kabutey to tell me, say,
Plenty.
I'm plenty. If I say 10 o'clock, I
Yes.
actually meant 9:45.
Yes.
Also,
Also, I
yeah.
think
I'm not ready.
You come at
I'm
10:05 and I'm so upset. And my friends are, look, we are just going to Adjovu. It's Adjovu we are going to. Why are you so? That can be a little bit
Yes.
toxic. You get me?
Well,
so now I just,
toxic
you know what?
in
It's
a
okay.
good
It's a
way.
holiday. Let me just allow them.
So but see,
Yes,
I don't have no
true.
problem with that, right? But I think sometimes we're traveling with people, right?
Yeah.
And you know we're running late. Common courtesy.
Yeah.
Just text.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
Communicate. That's all it is. People don't do it. And that gets under my skin. And it makes me lose my religion, okay? Because I go off and I'm like, okay, come on back in.
I work with a production house, Bourbon production.
Oh.
And for anyone who is watching it, you know how time conscious we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have run late, I have been kicked out before, literally told to go back home. And this is like 2 minutes late or for 4 p.m. I've been told to leave. I need to give permission at a certain time, 12 noon, telling me that I might be late. So give me this time and all that kind of stuff. If there isn't a directive that people accept, even though they know they will fall short. Because some people, there are some people I know they come late. They will have an
Fashionably late.
excuse. Like they'll
That's
have-
theirs. I mean, some people
But
they're
those people
going
haven't
with
left
that.
the group. Those people haven't left the group. And I asked them, the way you always come late, it's like you are not even able to fulfill the time and
I want
event.
to say something, but
And they said, well, at the end of the day, I know I get more than just, if I come late, I know I've come late. Maybe I'll work on it, but I will still come because I know what I'm getting from this group. You understand? They will not
That's
let
toxic.
that. They will not let that deter them because they have seen an ultimate goal. So what I'm trying to say is that Prince kind of person, the reason I can work with Prince is very resourceful. He's very organized. He can keep you in your tool. Kodzo, I see Kodzo as the relaxed. He's principled, but he's the cool guy. You can talk anything with you, make you laugh.
Stephanie's like,
Stephanie-
okay. Stephanie's like, what are you trying to
Stephanie-
say?
I see Stephanie as Mensah,
But when she drops one,
but she drops one as a bomb. And I know Kobe to you that you say that as a request.
oh, man, I can't even.
So-
my face will say before.
So
you
right
know
now
what
I
you
can
say.
we can be friends here, which means that we all have a level of toxicity, but it's managed and it's controlled.
Like you said, you know yourself.
Yeah, I know myself.
Yes.
There's some people who don't know it too, because nobody has stood up to them, or somebody has all the time been riding on them and decided to adapt that.
And that's what Kodzo said, that we don't learn how to, just paraphrasing, we are unable to confront the person. We just leave it as it is because of religion or some advice you've gotten or whatever. So we just leave it as it is. But if the person is doing something to you, the person is being toxic, and you say, oh, as for this lifestyle, dear, or this thing that you are doing, it's not helping. So so let's, for the sake of our friendship, let's try and fix it, because I like this friendship. I want it to go, because there's some friendships that, regardless of the toxicity, it's still a good friendship. It's just little things that makes it negative, but apart from those things,
still makes it human as well.
Yeah,
you
the friendship would
relationship as it is.
Yeah. So if you can, in fact, not if, you should confront the matter. If I want to save a relationship, I will talk to you. If I don't want to, I won't talk to you. And then that's when I will cut you off completely. So I am sorry, I am all for how do you heal. If this person is being whatever to you, I'm being overly controlling, you are being whatever. As I said, if I want to save the relationship, I'll have a conversation with you. But I think we should strive to have conversations
with ourselves.
Because that's the start of the healing process.
Yes. There was one story I had from a group. This woman was very bossy, controlling at her workplace. Always on top of things. And
but you mean always on top of what?
Like on top of things.
To serve you, Paa Joe, to serve you.
On top of things.
Yeah, on top of things.
She was standing on tables, on chairs.
Hey, okay, now
that's standing on tables and chairs.
Yes. And she was always controlling. And the husband was the quiet, relaxed one. The one who
always the opposite.
The perfect match.
The perfect match.
That's how it has to be actually. You can't have two people shouting on top. Nothing. And that's what happened. I think the man got it up to here, was able to give the woman a long rope. The man moved out of the house. And he did it when the woman was going to work. So he was moving out of the house bit by bit. The woman didn't notice. Because the woman was
controlling, so
it was quiet. So when he moved this last time, he got to the house, there was nobody there. Like there was nothing in the house. The house was empty. Like it was panic, asking for everybody. For almost 2 years, didn't find the house.
2 years.
2 weeks.
Right.
2 years, 2 years, yeah.
2 years, like
then he spotted the husband's car
right
on traffic and stopped. And asked the husband. And he said, I'm staying here. You want to come and visit me? Okay, you can come after 5. The husband spoke to her like a visitor. When the woman came, the woman was begging. I said, if you want to stay in this my house, these are the rules. You don't come and shout. You come, you're my wife, you're not my... And because of that, it changed at the workplace. Apparently she was just like that, just to be in control. She didn't know being vulnerable and being real to yourself and opening up to yourself was not a sign of weakness. She was just, now she has changed. Now they have a happy man. So the man decided not to attack the woman.
This is typical of, instead of cutting the person off,
just like
you show the person how to be a better person.
Kabutey, I am always for looking out for how you can heal the person. Because it takes two to tango. You can always declare the person once you know the problem and tell the person. And speak with the person.
That's if the person wants to change.
Now, if the person doesn't want to change.
Yeah, that's how I was about to say.
Some people will just be like, oh, me, this is how I am. Oh, this is how I am. I have a colleague and say, oh,
this woman I was talking about was wild. But it took the husband a change of location and that kind of separation to bring the woman.
Yes. That's a good situation. This is like if the person is a colleague at work, there's nothing you can do about it. You speak to him and he's like, me, this is just how I am. I speak my mind.
That is, I tell people all the time, I speak my mind, but there's a difference. I respect people.
Yes.
I don't just say because just saying and sake.
Yeah, so some people they just don't hold back. They just talk. They don't care about the other people's feelings because I say my mind. But it's toxic. Not in your case.
No, I know, but I'm just like, I know the
very
people.
Nice way. We make it fun actually. So, but then they're like, and in the work setting, it's like you can't do anything about it. But in your case, she was married, so her husband used a really cool way to change her. But in some situations, it's like
it's far beyond reach.
Yes, they have to get a shrink. Like, I'm not going to do that job.
Kodzo.
But my question always is, where do you draw the line? And I ask this question with everybody, every relationship I'm in. And
How many have you been in?
when I say relationships, I mean generally.
Oh, like we want to know, like
Friendships.
Okay.
I think he's
Actually,
interested in the
Yeah, I thought you said like romantically. That's what I wanted to know. How?
No, I meant general relationships. So
You don't know. Maybe your future wife is going to be watching this, so you know. But we just asked relationship. We didn't ask for body count.
Or it can be typical.
Can he plead the fifth?
Can I
No, you can't. I'm right here. Like.
Can I just move on? Let's see what I want to say. And I was gone. Anyway, but yes, the question I always ask is, where do I draw the line? And sometimes, see, that's the thing. My understanding of toxicity is not just somebody doing something wrong. Sometimes it can be somebody you don't want doing something right to you. So let me explain this. There's a girl that likes you, but you don't like her, right? And yes,
And I thought she got cracked.
yeah, and she's pulling like she understands your languages. She, you know, if you're about gifts, like she does the things that you want, but you are not into it, right?
It's not selling.
Exactly.
The Bluetooth hasn't paid.
Exactly.
I have been a couple of them.
In a situation like that, right? Will you cut the person off, or you keep the person around because they bring you some sort of merit? If you do not cut the person off, you are being the toxic one.
Yeah.
Do you get? So always, where do you draw the line? And that's what you're assessing.
I draw the line when I realize I know what you're trying to do and I know where I'm at. We'll have a conversation. But if after that you keep pushing, I'm sorry, that's on you.
But yeah, no, that's the line. Yeah. And I think that's what everybody should pay attention to in every relationship.
But some people don't know how to read a room or a situation.
Yeah.
And I'll leave right there. Whilst we go into the shady. You guys ready to play the shady corner?
Let's go.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Truth only, yo.
Aye, I got you.
Okay, so if you don't speak the truth, Jesus is watching you. Let's see. Okay, there you go.
Pie, a bomb pie, they ask for forgiveness all the time.
That's not a good excuse. Oh boy, that's not a good excuse. So I'm gonna pick a question from this shady bowl. Hopefully it's a good one. If it's not good enough for me,
that's a shady bowl for sure.
It is. It is. What in the world? Why does it have to be me? Because I have thought about this. Have you ever imagined fighting any of your co-workers if you knew you can get in trouble?
Yeah, mine is beat them, not fight.
But yes.
Mine is the flawless victory.
Yeah, I beat them. No.
Sure,
Yeah.
You meet them at the bus stop.
Yeah.
We'll lay him.
Hey.
You just
That
push
guy.
him.
No, I mean, I have. Knowing I won't get in trouble, like I'll do it.
I'll just push him like that.
Yeah, I will.
Just fall down.
There was one time I was the leader of a group. And this guy got to my last level. I actually imagine I just created a nuke bomb.
Hey, Oppenheimer.
It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Adjovu, you have Paa Joe, you have as well, right? Okay. Wow. Do you guys want to give one-liners real quick before you go?
Did it happen? Have you actually beat anybody?
No.
No, not on a job. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get sued?
Or sacked.
Sack, but it's like you can go and find another job. But if they sue you, you have to pay. I mean,
Pay fine
I'll come and
and
call
all
you.
The reason why I restrain
Yeah,
so much
so
is
what
one elderly woman told me that the size of my hand can kill people, so I shouldn't join the army. So yeah, it was a very big disappointment. So,
And on that note, Benard will be joining the Ghana Army for recruitment season 2024.
to become an assassin, because I would just be slapping people to death.
Hey.
Hey, we beg you. So
Violence.
he's gonna slap us out of this frame. So let us move before he slaps us out of this frame. But thank you guys for joining this episode. It was actually very fun. I didn't know how the toxic stuff was going to play out. But yeah, thank you so much. And viewers and listeners at home, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to join us on social media. SS with Kabutey on Twitter, Saturday Shade on Instagram, and Saturday Shade on TikTok. body no be firewood or more. Hey, why?